Hey y'all, how y'all doing? All right, so I was sitting up here, I think in my feelings. But first off, it's Jamaica. Y'all already know me. If you don't know me, go check out some of the other videos because y'all should know me by now. I'm y'all friend, y'all my friend, and y'all know I come to tell y'all my business, at least enough of it, or whatever I'm thinking about going through. But anyway, y'all, so excuse the hair. I'm going to get it done. I'll be real cute later today, hopefully. I mean I'm cute now, but like real cute. So I was sitting up here and I'm watching Masters of the Universe, right? And this is, if y'all don't know, your girl watch a lot of movies and TV shows and stuff when I can on different platforms because I don't have no real cable in my house. But when I'm just trying to relax and unwind, because right now, like I just had my last day of school, I'm vibing. Excuse me, I came home. I didn't eat breakfast, so my breakfast was lunch. Um, Came home, ate all that good stuff, and so I was just sitting here like, let me relax for a few minutes of cleaning out this classroom and stuff the other day to now, trying to get my house together because I got to go get the kids. Um, because I missed them. I ain't seen my little nephews and stuff in a while, so that's gonna happen. But anyway, y'all, so I was watching Skeletor in what is it, Gray Skull and all this other stuff. I don't really know, but anyway, the show is called Masters of the Universe. This what it's called, Revelation. Um, this like a two. Nope, this say episode 3, part 2. I don't know. So I don't know. It's on Netflix. That's why I was watching Netflix. Shout out to Netflix. Um, so the girl's telling her story, and as she's telling her story, what I come to realize is that a lot of movies, a lot of stories have these one hitters or these underlying stories that's within them that are freaking dropping gems, and a lot of people don't be picking them up. Like I be picking up gems everywhere, but as like I'm in this season of becoming a better version of myself, upgrading myself, like as I'm watching this show, I just been picking up gems. Like one of the gems, so the one of the main characters name is Adam, right? If y'all ain't watched it, go watch it. If you don't watch stuff like this, it is what it is. I'm not gonna tell y'all the whole story. I'm just gonna tell y'all the stuff that I pick up. So one of the things that Adam said, or that anyway, I'm not getting into all the character names and all that because I just don't know. I'm just watching the show. That's all I do. If y'all ever, that's why I don't really do movie reviews because I don't memorize nobody. I might start, but anyway, so the prince name is Adam. He's the one who is able to call down the powers. He usually has a sword, and the sword is the conduit to the powers to help him moderate it, right? Because it's so much. And so the sword is gone. Whatever. Anyway, him, the bad guy, allegedly. Um, he has the sword now, and so Adam had to call down the power, and needless to say, he used it without the sword, without the conduit or whatever the power that the a conduit is usually what something goes through to get to something else. So instead of the sword being used to kind of balance out this power, he is now dealing with all this raw power in his body, and within all of this power that he has received in his body, one of the girls who was helping him fight, his friend, was just like, it's just raw anger. It's just raw, pure, whatever. And so as I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about it and I'm listening to them, I'm like, dang, like, well, let me tell you another piece before I go into how I felt and what I was thinking. So the girl who was helping him fight or whatever, I don't know her name, but her dad is now in prison. And Skeletor goes down to have this conversation with him, and the guy pretty much says, you think that you're a leader, but the reason why we follow Adam is because not because he has the power and he's wielding the power, or you have the sword now and you're wielding the sword. It's because he is able to give up his power at will. And that is what makes him a leader. And so like it had me thinking about a couple things. One, that most great leaders, in my this is all my perspective. I don't know about y'all. Y'all can write in the comments. Let me know if you agree, disagree, whatever. We can have a conversation about it. But most great leaders who are for the will of the people, who are for the greater good, 9 times out of 10 don't really want to be leaders. They run from it, right? They hide sometimes, or they allow themselves to be less than in order for them to maintain their relationship with individuals, with people. And so they give up parts of their power. And so that's how I felt about Adam when I'm watching this. And of course, the play on names and stuff too. Skeletor, skeleton, like that which is deep within, right? Because you have a skeletal frame, right? And then of course Adam being like atoms, atoms and molecules and stuff, or Adam the first man, or Adam, all these different things. It just plays, it's so much, and I'm not gonna get too deep into it. Maybe that's one thing that I'll do sometime soon, is to dive into those concepts. But needless to say, Adam is a represent, because I think when he changes, he turns into He-Man, right? So he and man together, which is interesting in and of itself. So they're trying to get rid of He-Man, which is Adam when he is in all his power. But it's this kind of like this play on dynamics, because um man is Adam, right? He is Adam, but we as individuals give up all of our powers, and we don't understand how in control we can be if we stop giving all of our powers over to people, over to others, right? Other people, other situations, whatever else. However, there are certain people who use their power only, I don't want to say only in anger, but only in protection, the protection of other individuals, right? And protection of the people that they care about, that they love, that they enjoy, whatever it may be. And so I'm just sitting here and I'm like, dang, that's like that's real. And outside of that, those same individuals, they give up their power, um so that others don't feel challenged, or don't feel um that they can't be with them, or can't be a part of them, or whatever it may be. So it was just interesting as I was watching it. And then in this second piece here, it was the lady Evelyn, I think is her name, Evelyn. And pretty much Skeletor had told her previously that he pretty much used her power. He used her as a conduit. And so everybody's like talking to her and like telling her, be better than where you are, because Skeletor is nothing without you. Like, he uses your power in order to manipulate all these things. And now that you are the what was she? I can't even think of the word. It starts with a S. So, sorceress, sorceress. So now that she is this newfound sorceress, because Skeletor gave her these additional powers, or enhanced her powers, or whatever it may be. They were like, if you are now the sorceress, like he says that you are, then you need to learn how to tap into your powers and do what you need to do, or whatever else. And so it's been pretty interesting. But like, now she's going in and she's telling her story, and as I'm listening to her story, I'm like, dang, this is so deep. Because she talks about how her parents were hungry, and they were about to turn on her and eat her. And of course, a lot of people be like, what, da 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 da. But historically, like, there's so many things I want to talk about, historically on that. But like cannibalism, when people don't have what they need, they rely on what they have. And so they're going and they're trying to eat her. She goes out, she lives in a sewer, she's in the slums. And then she mentions this one line, and she says, I go from being the victim to victimizing. And that was like so profound to me, because in my mind I started thinking, I'm like, hey, most people find themselves in a place that pushes them below where they feel that they need, because that place is what they have called into their own life, into their own path, in order for them to um get into their powers, to magnify who they are, to get them to explore, right? Because sometimes as we go through life, when you have a comfortable life, you don't try as hard. Sometimes, it's not always, and I'm not talking speaking for everyone, but sometimes certain people don't even understand that they choose difficult times in order for them to tap into their true powers. But sometimes we get to a place where we're so comfortable in being the victim that we never tap over, switch over and figure out how to get out of being the victim, how to not be victimized any further. And so again, she makes that comment about no longer being the victim and becoming the victimizer. Well, that can happen, right? You have some people who are here who goes through a process of being a victim, and then they become the victimizer, right? They become the person who's victimizing other individuals, other people. And then you have some people who go through processes, and maybe they went from being the victim to the victimizer to a victor, right? And become victorious in the things that they do because they realize their own ways. And it's just steps and processes that helps them get through that. It's something about going through the processes and having this self-realization, right? Understanding your true power, going back to Adam, the man, right? So you realizing that within you as an individual, that you can tap into this greater power that is allotted to you because you were created in such a way, in such an image, to be able to manifest and have dominion over so much, if that's your belief. And yet sometimes you don't do it because you have had experiences that have placed you into gutter like situations where it has changed you, but you haven't fully went through the process of your full evolution. You've stopped at a point in the evolution, and now you have to realize where you are so that you can keep moving further and evolve into your greater good, your greatest good, right? Because all things work out for the good of you, right? And so I was just sitting here and I was just thinking about so many things. And I just had to come bring that to y'all for a second. It may not make a whole lot of sense, maybe, I don't know. And to somebody it's gonna make plenty of sense. And somebody else may watch the video and be like, oh my gosh, and have so much to say too. If you do, please come back and have a conversation with me. I'll even go watch it again when y'all get to it. Um but I definitely just wanted to chat it up. And for my students, because my students be coming on here and they be like, oh, miss, you look a mess. I just told y'all at the very beginning, I'm going to get my hair done. So, yes, the mini fro is growing. Okay. She's growing. She's doing what she should have done. Um, but I'm going to grow my real hair soon because, I'm not used to it being this short for so long. My hair used to grow like wildfire, but I think all the stress has played a role. And so now it's time to get to life, y'all. I'm about to start living life. I'm about to start de-stressing, living my best life. But yeah, and getting this hair to be back down my back because that's what it's supposed to be. All right, y'all. I just wanted to come on here. I ain't talked to y'all in a while. I miss my friends. Y'all know you got to holler at your friends every now and again. At least every now and again, once a week, something. But I'm going to holler at y'all. I'm about to get back into this little movie, finish resting, and continue on with my day. I'll see y'all again later.